Guys, I am excited for another midday success story that's going to do nothing but motivate you, inspire you to get out there and keep taking massive imperfect action because deals are still out there. You just got to get out there and stay active. It can't be anything from sitting on the couch. You've got to be willing to get out there and get proactive and make things happen. But do not step on the brake at this time. This is the time to be really stepping on the gas. There's so many people slowing down right now. They're kind of just like pulling back, saying this COVID-19, I just want to check and make sure what's going on before. I don't know if I'd be doing that approach because I'm seeing this time and time again in my own business. I'm seeing this in many others' business. And today we have Mark Dunn, who's just one of my favorites right here in my own backyard. We're in the same territory. And I want you to know that deals are happening, not just in our business, but they're happening in Mark's. And he's going to share how 2 deals just brought in. If you read up above, craziness, $98,000 in 2 deals. Not one, not 5 or 10 or 15 to add up. 2 deals, guys, 2 deals. So Mark's going to break this down. But I mainly want you, before we get going on this, I want you to know that it's okay, guys, to make money during this time. It's okay. What I think is not okay is to not make money during this time. Now's the time to take care of home base. Now's the time to take care of your family. And more importantly, when you're able to make money in real estate, or you're able to make money that exceeds the amount that you need for your home, you are able to then contribute and take care of people that are around you that desperately do need you during this time. That it might not be as easy for them to make that money, that you could be an answer to their prayers. You could be an answer to them in some way. So Mark, now they've got the prefaces behind all this. This is big, $98,000 in 2 deals. First and foremost, tell us a little bit about yourself and what the heck got you in real estate.
So Mark Dunn, I'm right here in Murray, just down the road from where Cody lives. And you're building a house, right? Just right
down
the road from where you're building a house. And I have an awesome little family here. I have 3 tiny little kids, 2 boys, a girl, and we've got another little girl on the way, all under 4 years old.
Dude, congrats! I didn't know another one's on the way.
Yeah, that's right.
Bro, you're fitting right in. I'm 4, but I'm 4 no more. So I don't know if you're going for 5, but I'm not.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I know the wife wants to. I don't know, man. I love my.
I told Wendy, I'm like, if you want another, let's get a puppy, let's do something, but we're not doing kids anymore.
It's a lot of work, but it's a joy, man.
It really is.
Honestly, that's to answer your question. That's why I got into real estate. Even before I had a family, I just wanted freedom. For me, it's all about time freedom, right? I'm not too big in I want to be a multi-millionaire. Money doesn't really drive me. It's just having the time freedom to be able to be with my kids. I love it so much. But I actually got into real estate right out of college. My mom is she's one of the top realtors in the state. And when I got out of college, the Great Recession had just we're coming out of it. And I could only get a job for $10 an hour, man. I couldn't do it.
This isn't going to work. This isn't adding up.
So I dove into being a realtor. I made $20,000 my first year. Probably could have made more at the $10 an hour job. Worked 100 hours a week, and every year since then, I've just made more and more money, and I've worked less and less. That's been the cool part for me.
Yep.
I worked less and less. About 2 or 3 years ago, I started listening to the Wholesaling Inc. podcast. I think this is right before you and Tom had joined together.
Yep.
Maybe it was 4 years ago. I don't know. Time goes fast. But I don't know, man. Wholesaling it caught my attention. I kept being so busy as a realtor. I didn't dive all in. I got my first deal only a year ago from right now.
Yep.
And I've been in the TTP part of the program for I think 2.5 years now. So I've been researching for a long time.
Yeah.
And spent a lot of money. I think I spent 15, 20 grand. Didn't get a deal. I sucked at following up. That was my key. And so I brought on a partner a year ago that I had met in the realtor world that's just an absolute closer. Nick Jensen, shout out to you, brother. This guy is just an absolute closer. So I give him my leads, like 500 leads. I'm like, dude, let's just partner up. Go find a freaking deal. Let's get going.
Yeah.
So his 6th phone call, he gets a deal.
Oh, you're like, dude, is that easy? I missed that much?
But he's an awesome partner. We get along really well, and we have a lot of fun doing it, man. I think that's the best part about it. It's not a local business. We have a lot of fun doing it. And anyways, that's kind of my story. I close 25, 30 realtor deals a year, and I'm trying to, build the wholesaling business to where that's making a couple $100,000 a year too. And just, I don't know, really just give me more freedom. Realtor deals take a lot more time than a wholesale deal, right? So that's kind of my motivation to do wholesaling. So
that's fantastic. I love that it's family based. I love that it's freedom based. And I do 100% agree with you. I think even for me too, it's the fact that I think you can do it in many industries. So I'm not here to say that any other industry is bad or anything's doesn't work. But I have found that real estate for me was my way to find that freedom. It was my way to connect more with my family and to have that time with them, to enjoy them the way I wanted to versus just the leftover Cody Hoffine. It's like now I can prepare my day around them and then fit some work time in between those times versus going to work for all this time and then them getting the leftover piece of Cody. And the leftover piece of Cody was never the best Cody anyways. So I agree with you 100%. Well, let's talk about this, Mark. You're doing some great things. You're right here in my same market. Let's talk about just how you did 2 deals that brought in $98,000. So let's talk about really where is this coming from? How did you do these deals? And maybe what kind of list did you find them from? And then ultimately, what was like your marketing channel to get going?
Awesome, brother. I'm excited to share these things, these 2 deals. So I'll talk about the first deal. We made $70K on this deal. And it came from the unknown equity list and just from list source that I learned from you guys, you and Tom. And I probably had just pulled this in January, February, and we just texted it. We texted this entire list on Lead Sherpa, and we even skip traced it on Lead Sherpa. And and the funny part about this deal is the guy was so motivated. I did a horrible job texting him back. He texted me like 3 days in a row. Do you want to talk about this house? Do you want to talk about this deal? And I finally saw it, and I'm like, oh, wow, this guy, there must be something here.
Yeah.
So I sent it over to my acquisition partner, Nick, and had him give him a call. And, it took a month or 2 to finally get it under and get it closed. And but his motivation, his parents owned this single family home with a mother-in-law. It was counted as a duplex in Midvale.
And was it one of those like non-conforming duplexes?
Yeah, non-conforming, but you can actually rent both out, right?
So you
could sell it as a duplex, which was huge.
Yeah.
So anyways, the guy's motivation is the parents were moving to Arizona. They didn't live there, but they wanted to retire in Arizona. He wanted a quick, easy deal, right? He didn't want it. Since we're realtors, on all our deals, we tell everybody, you're going to make more money if you list it as a realtor. We've even gotten a few listings ourselves from the marketing we do in wholesaling, right?
Yep.
But he's like, no, I just want it quick and easy. Don't want inspections, blah, blah, blah. We're like, hey, we actually gave him a super, super low offer. It was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And anyways, it took a couple weeks to negotiate to kind of, what would work for them.
Yep.
And we thought we'd make about 30, 40K on the deal. And but it comes back to another key point that you guys teach. We have about 4,000 cash buyers on our list.
Yep.
And because of that, we were able to get 3 offers. We only had about 5 people really interested in the deal, which is a lot less than it was a month before the pandemic started, right?
Yep.
So we only had 5 people interested, but we had 3 offers. So we were able to go to these 3 people and say, okay, we need your highest and best, right? And the lady we worked with, awesome lady. It's a huge win for her. She has a couple rentals in the area, adding it to her portfolio.
Yeah.
And anyways, just a huge deal for us. And
that's massive. That's like I won't even let you downplay it. That's a massive deal. That's fantastic. $70,000. But guys, if you heard some of the things he just said, I want to recap them real quick. Is the fact that he's out there staying consistent. He's not pumping the brakes right now. He's pushing on the gas pedal. He's out there doing things. But more importantly, he's finding ways to serve people. He even let them know up front. It's that truth teller, truth seeker. Hey, you're going to make more money listening to the realtor. And it's them getting the speed and convenience. And in return, we get our price. And that's something we've always talked about negotiating. This is a perfect example of it, where you give them that speed and convenience that they're looking for, and they're willing to give you a price. I think that's absolutely phenomenal. And 70K. So here's the sad thing is, typically I have that big victory bell, but because I'm not in my office, I'm going to give you the school teacher version of this beauty right here. So get ready for the first deal.
Perfect.
That's your first one. So that came from, and you said from text messaging. Was that the marketing channel?
Yep, text messaging. Yep.
The other thing I like about what you do, Mark, and I think it's crucial for everyone to understand, is Mark closes on these deals. He actually buys these deals, owns these deals. And I think that's a beautiful thing because it helps you in many ways. It helps you get in the mindset of you still don't need your own money to buy deals. Did you use your own money on this?
No, our hard money lender, shout out Zach, awesome guy. If you need a connection here in Utah, hit me up.
Perfect. So listen to this. I think so many times we think, oh, but if I have to buy a home, I'm going to have to come up with money. This is a perfect example, guys, that if you are thinking you can't get into real estate because you don't have money, this is a perfect example. Mark did not, I was about to say Zach. Mark did not use his own money to close on these deals. You borrow that money. It's hard cash lenders, and they're everywhere. And so he's able to close on this deal. He now owns the deal, and then he can go out there and now market this deal, which is, I think, huge. Also, the second byproduct is this really prepares Mark for knowing and when he wants to like cherry pick his best deals and keep them for long-term buy and holds. He's already in the mindset of, I know how to do this. I know how to close on deals. It doesn't scare me. It doesn't bring any fear to me that I have to close on a deal, because he's already closing on deals. Where when most people are just simply assigning or wholesaling the term, what they're doing is when it comes to a rental, they're like, oh crap, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't even know how to go through this purchase price. I mean, do I do this? Do I do this? And they get so confused. Mark's already going to be one step ahead and ready to just close on any deal he comes across that he likes. So fantastic. By the way, real quick, we do have one question going on. I'm going to post it on the screen. You see this one. This is from Sam. Question for Mark. How many people are on your team? Do you have VAs or just you and your partner?
Yeah, so we got me and my partner. We had a cold caller. We fired them about a week ago. We're gonna upgrade our cold callers. We were going super cheap, $3 an hour Filipinos. They work hard, but we're gonna upgrade our cold callers to probably about $8 to $10 Filipinos that are in like a call center that are being trained.
Yep.
If you have more money, go with call motivated sellers that Brent teaches. We're just cheap. I don't know. It's hard to pay $20 an hour, but we're trying to upgrade that. Maybe our next step is to go call motivated sellers. But we're going to have a couple cold callers. We're going to train a texter, because I've been doing the texting and I'm very inconsistent. So we're going to train a texter, try to text 1,000 people a day.
Yep.
And then we are going to hire a marketing VA. We do have an acquisition manager, but we may have brought him on a little too early.
Okay.
Our business probably isn't there yet. And we'll probably just keep him along and keep training him. And if he can get some deals, great. But I think we tried to automate our business too fast. And we're kind of bringing it to where
you bring it up.
Let's just keep grinding. Let's get 5-10 more deals.
Yeah.
And I think everyone wants an automated business tomorrow, right? I do, but
you're saying something that's crucial, Mark. Like crucial. So many times people try to scale too quick, and scaling, even though people think, oh, it's because of scaling that I'm going to grow my business. Yeah. Scaling too soon can also hurt your business. So I'm glad you're bringing this up, because there are people that's all I can think about is how do I scale? How do I scale? How do I get a team in place? And it's not to say that you're not ready for it. You very well could be. You're going to find out through time what's going to be the case. But I love that you're bringing that up, because there are people that automate too soon, and it does. It hurts their deal flow and their their whole momentum that they had going.
Yep. We feel like it's done that. Even though our acquisition guy is great, he did get a couple great appointments. And if they would have landed deals, maybe we'd be having a different conversation. But
yeah.
Awesome guy. Awesome. I mean, we're excited to build a smaller team and continue to grow, right? But I think we're back in the mindset. Let's just grind a little bit harder, get some deals ourselves. We know how to do it ourselves, right? We've proven that, and let's keep going. So,
well, let's hear your second deal, because now we've got 70K. That means there's another 28K out there with one more deal. What did you do to find this, and how did you come across the lead?
Okay, so this was from our Driving for Dollars list. I've had a guy driving ever since I got into TTP 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
And I pay him like $12 an hour. He only does like 10 hours a week.
Yep.
We've built up about 13,000 Driving for Dollars addresses, right? And we texted this lead. This was also in Lead Sherpa texting. And anyways, this was an interesting deal. This was a reverse mortgage that we had to do through a short sell. This is the most motivated person I've ever talked to. She would have sold the house to us for $1 if she could have.
Yeah.
And so her son actually was a hoarder, and and she actually moved out of the house a couple of years ago because the son was hoarding so bad. It was just a bad situation. So anyways, we went through the foreclosure process, took a few months, and it was an interesting deal. So $28,000 was the total profit on this deal, but working with the bank, because we're realtors, me and my partner, we were able to get commissions on it too. That's how we're able to get the price lower with the bank. Closed on it and then wholesaled it, right? So $28,000 was the total deal. So Driving for Dollars, texting on Lead Sherpa. And I think the key with texting is you've got to get on the phone after 2 or 3 good texts.
So true.
Yeah, because I've tried so hard to like close a deal through text. I think it ruins it, to be honest.
100%. I couldn't agree more. I'm laughing because so many are falling. Texting doesn't work. Well, it's probably because you didn't work it right. Like at the end of the day, it comes down to who's working it. And so many times we're like, I want to take it all the way to the close right through a text. That's not going to happen. Is someone going to sell you their home through text messaging? No, you got to pick up the phone. So once you have a little bit of dialogue going on, pick up that phone and start calling them.
Just weeding out the people that are interested, right? They say yes or maybe, and actually having a good conversation with them, right?
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing about Brent Daniels is just every day you should have good quality conversations, you know.
So true. So true. So true. Well, here we are in the same market, and it's like we haven't even seen each other since the Orlando event back in 2017 or 18?
18, January 18, I think.
It was 2018, and we're right here in the backyard. Same backyard, man. This has been killer. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to post them, and we can answer a couple questions. But at the end of the day, what would be the best thing you could tell people when it comes to how to consistently find deals right now in this market?
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's all about follow-up. That's where I felt I probably could have 10 or 20 more deals with the action that I had taken in the beginning.
Yep.
I was just looking for a low-hanging fruit, to be honest. I was making my money as a realtor, right? I didn't really need the money as a wholesaler. And so I kept looking for that low-hanging fruit, but it hardly ever comes, man. You just gotta, that's where I felt I didn't follow up. So even if you don't have the money right now, but you may have some past leads, just follow up like crazy. I think that's where I failed. And I mean, the money's in the follow-up, right? So
100% true.
And if you're just getting started, I would say Driving for Dollars, skip trace them and cold call them. I mean, I think that's the best route to getting a deal for sure.
So true. So deals, I'm going to ask you again. Deals are still happening during this time.
Yep.
Do you have stuff already in the pipeline for the future?
You know, we had 3 or 4 over the last 2 weeks, really good appointments that we need to follow up with. They didn't work out then. We kind of shut everything down with the cold caller and the texting, and we're actually upgrading to batch texting and skip tracing.
Yep.
this past week and this week is the goal to get it done, is to upgrade our systems and our skip tracing and our cold caller and our VA. So for us, these 2 to 3 weeks are going to be slow because our lead flow is slow, right? We're revamping that. But we did before we shut it down, we had 4 or 5 really good appointments. We just, we couldn't get it done. One question I have for you is, I know you've mentioned before that you'll stay at an appointment and you'll even say, I need to run to the store and get some spaghetti and I'll come back. I've heard that story a couple of times from you.
Yeah.
Man, we've never been able to close the door or close the deal at the appointment. How are you doing that, man? It's so hard. We've even stayed for 4 or 5 hours and we couldn't get the stinking deal.
Yeah, we are crazy. So I think what happens is, if you tell yourself, I just don't think it's going to happen, you're probably going to fall to that. We're relentless to that mindset that if we don't get the deal today, we'll never get the deal. So that's always been our mindset going in our heads. And it just allows you over time. It's not something that happens overnight, and the different trainings that happen overnight and the things that evolve from that mindset. But if you have that mindset that if I don't get this deal tonight, it'll never exist.
Yeah.
Over time, you start to develop just how to be better, how to use your mind different, how to be more creative in how to help people. Because usually when people don't want to, they know they need to sell. Let's say you're out there because the motivation was super high. They tell you, hey, I need to move within 2 weeks, or I need to do this, or hey, I'm behind on my mortgage, or I'm behind on my taxes. And at the end of the day, I'm not on the appointment for the price of the home. I'm on the appointment to solve their problems. I'm a problem solver, and that's exactly what you do. The byproduct is we can get a contract that allows us to purchase their home. But if you will just keep to the mindset that I'm on this appointment already because I found out they wanted me here, they needed me here, and I can be a solution to them. Even if that means I'm not the solution, I'm not leaving that appointment until a solution's found. And it may be that I call someone like you that's a realtor and say, hey, it's not in their best interest to sell to me at a discount as an investor, but I'm not a realtor. Would you like to list this property for them? It could be that that's the solution and then it's end. But I will not leave that house until a solution's found, because we've had too many people that say, oh, yeah, I just need to think about it and I'll get back to you tomorrow. And then you call the next day and they're like, well, and like, I need a little more time, or, well, I have 4 more people coming out, and so I'm going to hear them out, right? And so we hear this all the time. And so we have one called Uncle Bernie. Real story, happened, and we had an acquisition manager. He is out there. And he goes to a lady's house, and the lady says, oh, yeah, I have a party that's going on tonight, so I got to prepare for it. So I just need to think about it overnight, and then I'll get back to you. And our acquisition manager comes back and tells us the story. We're like, turn around, get out there, go get the contract. Like, tomorrow doesn't exist. And he's like, oh, no. Like, don't you worry about it, guys. Like, I'm confident. I'm 100% positive. Like, I'd be willing to throw my commission. I'd be willing to throw what you're going to pay me. Like he was so confident. I'm like, oh, don't do this. So the next morning he reaches out and she says, oh, well, the party was last night and Uncle Bernie was in town. He said he's moving to Utah, and I told him I'm selling my home. And so he ended up just buying my home last night. So now our whole thing is, don't let Uncle Bernie come into town and take your deal. So everyone's an Uncle Bernie. Yeah. Everyone's an Uncle Bernie. Yeah. But this is more times than none. If someone needs another day to think about it, it's because there's something there's a part of their problem that hasn't been solved yet. And so you need to sit there and think, what have I not covered with them, or what objections do they still have? It's not that they need more time. They know they need to sell the home. They know they need to sell it soon. They know they need someone like us to come and help them. So why do you need a day to think about it? Usually it's because there's some kind of objection. So think about those things. And that's what we do. It could be as simple as, I don't know what I owe on my home, and so I need time to call the mortgage company to find out what I owe on my home to see if this even makes sense. So that's where we're like, hey, is there anything that can help you? Like, it sounds like you need to sell. Is that correct, Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller? They're like, yes. And then you're like, okay. So is there anything that isn't certain, or is there anything that you need clarity on before you sign? Like, your payoff. And they're like, well, that's the thing. I don't know what I owe in my home. It's like, awesome. Here's the thing. I always want to serve you. I always want to bring value. Go grab a mortgage statement real quick. In fact, most of these companies know me by name because we just call them so much. But let's call them. Oh, man, it's Wells Fargo. This will be easy. Let me show you the process. Hey, yep, I'm with the seller here. Hey, what's the payoff? Okay, Mr. Seller, give him authorization. Perfect. What's the payoff on something like this? Oh, they owe $175. Perfect. Thank you so much, Wells Fargo. Hang up phone. So look at, now you're helping them through the whole process. Now they're like, okay, that objection that I was going to need to do on my own, you just took care of it. And because of that, yep, I'm fine. It looks like it's going to work. Let's sign tonight. So that's Mark. That's really what it is whenever I hear someone say they need a day to think about it, what they're really saying is, all my answers aren't answered yet, or all my questions aren't answered yet. I still have some things I need to research, or there's a doubt in their mind, or there's an objection in their mind. You got to stay there and solve every one of those objections. You got to stay there and solve every one of those problems. And if so, you'll get the contract.
Gotcha. I love it, man. I think another thing I thought of too is just building more trust, right? Maybe we're just not to the trust level yet where they're ready to pull the trigger. I don't know, man. That all that really helps. I really appreciate it because that's been our biggest struggle. We got one deal at the stinking appointment. It takes another week or two to follow up, and we could have lost it to Uncle Bernie every time, right?
Yeah. Let me see if is there a reason. Just curious. I'm sure paying opportunity and getting sent for helping. That's a good question, Jason. Is there a reason why jobs are not kept in the U.S.? Just curious. Jason, that's a great question. This is just a front-end lead channel. And so a lot of people, there's great quality people that can do it for a lot less. And yes, there are people that can do it here in the U.S. Don't get me wrong. So my whole team, by the way, is right here in my office from the U.S. But there are some people that use virtual assistants. In fact, there's a very, very there's probably one of the best books that ever talked about virtual assistants. It's just no one knows it's about virtual assistants. It's called The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. And if he really named it what that book was really about, it'd be called How I Have Virtual Assistants Do Everything for Me. I mean, that's really what the book's about. So Jason, great question. My particular business, yes, it's all in-house, all done right here in the US. But there's a lot of people that use virtual assistants because there is a cost effectiveness to that. And there's a lot of people that can do a great job for a lot less. And it's all about, at the end of the day, you have to find a way to make your business profitable. And sometimes that's part of the model, unfortunately. I mean, we're a global economy now. It's no longer just about the US. There's incredible families in the Philippines that I use even on I have a Philippine virtual assistant that helps me with my marketing and stuff. Yeah. But I do it because they too need to be blessed. It's not just people from the US that need to be blessed. We're really a global economy. And so hopefully that answers it, not in a confrontatious way. Hopefully that answers it in a way that you understand that I'm here to bless as many families as I can, not just people within the US. I'd be willing to bless other people's families that are outside of the US. So Mark, I don't know if you have anything to add to that as well.
Yeah, and I think unless you have them like in an office like you do, I've tried the even $15 or $20 an hour here in Utah.
Yep.
They're just not very consistent, right? And I've even talked to a couple of other friends here, the wholesale, and I think unless you have them in office, you can mold the culture and everything. I think going to a VA that's in the Philippines, they're just so consistent because they're so grateful for the job, right? They're just so
true.
So, and Upwork, I mean, it's super easy to find them. Just go to Upwork and type in, I want to find a cold caller. It's super easy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. One question here. Starting fresh in wholesaling, what would you recommend be the best area to tackle to generate leads? Would it be probate, absentee owners, etc.? What is, name like your top performer right now, and then I'll name mine.
Driving for dollars, I think, is always going to be an amazing list. I was surprised by the unknown equity list. That's where we got that other deal.
Yeah.
I think a big list right now that is hot, and I've seen it from other investors that are sending deals, is the multifamily list or tired landlord list, right? And I think that's even going to be, I think that's going to get hotter and hotter as people start to continue to struggle to pay rent, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think that's great, and I was going to tell them eviction. Eviction's a great list because there are a lot of landlords right now that are wanting to get out. They're done. They're done. They're out of the game. And they don't really want to fix it up. They don't really want to go in there and repair what the renters have done. And so that's been a great list that's performing very well for us, Nathan. So let me see if I show it for 2 seconds. So Nathan Rose, that's for you, brother. That's what I'd say. Eviction. And then Mark was saying just even driving for dollars, going around, driving around and looking for homes that have like signs of needing repair. And that's fantastic. So there's 2 great channels right there that are working for both of us right now. Bob Antony, look how awesome this is, Mark. This is kudos to you, brother. Great content here, guys. My pockets are full of gold nuggets. So, guys, I want to thank you so much. You got Nathan Rose back in here saying awesome for answering that. I love it. You guys are fantastic. We really wanted to just take a break out of the day for 2 seconds. We're grateful you joined us to listen to this. We're grateful for your comments. We're grateful for your questions. Mark, I'm grateful for you, brother, that you'd take some time out of your day to do this, because the quality behind this is, how do we just add more value to people's lives right now? How do we inspire people, motivate people in a time where there's uncertainty and all these questions going on with COVID-19? It's like, how do we pull the focus off that and just help people know that you can still get out there and make a huge impact? You can still make an income, and ultimately you could solve a lot of people's problems and help a lot of people during this time. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I enjoyed sharing, what I've learned. A lot of the stuff I've learned has come free from your podcast, and then, being a part of TTP has been awesome. So I'm glad to be a TTP Rhino.
Awesome. Well, guys, this is Mark Dunn. He's done a fantastic job. And if you are needing help building your real estate business so you can get out there and find these off-market properties that you can get at a deep discount, head on over to wholesalinginc.com. We're here for you. We've got it in a pricing where right now, to help people get into the game, we want more people to get the jersey on. We got Mark over here with the Jazz hat on, so it made me think of getting in the game, right? Like, get in the game. Now's the time to put the jersey on, not watch it from the sidelines. It's an incredible industry to be in. Does it take work? Yes. Is it easy? No. Look how awesome this is. Let's bring her in if you want. Look at that, or bring him in. Hey, champ, how you doing? What's his name?
This is Clark. Can you say hi?
Clark, how you doing, brother?
Good.
Good.
Needs a haircut.
Allows Mark to be with his family, his loved ones, but also have the certainty that he's going to be able to take care of his family. So if you're looking for that, you're looking for the way to get certain in uncertain times, head on over to wholesalinginc.com, fill out a short application, hop on the phone with our team, and begin that conversation. See if it's a good fit. See if it's something that you want to move forward. And let's get you in the game where you can put on that jersey and go find deals consistently, just like Mark. 2 deals, $98,000. Even if it was only $20,000, what would $20,000 do for you? Let alone $98,000. Get out there, guys. You can do it. Mark, thank you so much. Go enjoy that beautiful family of yours. And I'm sure we'll meet up here in the near future.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for having me.
Say bye. All right, take care. See you, Clark.
Bye.
That's awesome. Oh, we got another one.
Yeah, this is Drew.
Drew and Clark. Awesome. Good seeing you guys. Take care, Mark.
Thanks, man. See ya.
You guys, awesome video. Awesome time to be with people. Thank you so much for joining us. Head on over to wholesalinginc.com where you can book a free call, fill out a small application, get on the phone with our team, see what it looks like for you, and get you in the game. You can do this. If Mark can do this, you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. Get out there, dream big. Don't worry about all the stuff that we can't control. One thing you can control is what you can do today. Hope this helps you guys. Take care, and we'll see you on the next live stream when I interview some more individuals that are out there still doing deals in today's market all across this great nation. Take care, guys. God bless.